Welcome back to the Lair, one and all. It is your boy Sheev the Wise. Let's get into the comments and see how you all are doing. I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday and happy day to each and every single one of you guys. Happy Skeleton Crew Day at that. I'm definitely excited for tonight's episode. And before we get into it, real quick, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, please. It's a fun time here at the Lair. We love talking about Star Wars, so it helps out. And let's get into some Star Wars news real quick. So in the last couple of days, there was a new patch update on Star Wars Outlaws, which your boy needs to get on anyway. I've been lagging on that game because there are so many hours that need to be played in it, and I think it's time that we hop back in. Let's LFG indeed. Smalls, welcome into the chat. Jedi Mike, you as well. But real quick, let's talk about this update with Outlaws. I'm gonna try to pull it up. Hopefully this works real quick. And then there's one other little tidbit that we'll probably talk about. I'm gonna okay, that kind of works. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, that works. Okay, I'm new to this kind of streaming platform. My bad, y'all. So, Star Wars Outlaws had a patch recently that cuts stealth objectives, is what they are basically claiming here, and proves AI and more in huge title 1.4 update. So, Ubisoft has released that there's a huge, highly anticipated title update 1.4.0 for Star Wars Outlaws. And it also comes with their Black Friday sale recently. But the title update brings changes to the combat and stealth functions within the game, allowing for greater player choice and the ability to basically keep your picked up weapons and just a lot more different situations that are supposed to help improve the gameplay and help the player. From what it says, though, on the kind of title and what IGN's been kind of putting out there, is that it cuts the stealth objectives almost completely, which let's read real quick. Detailed the patch notes, which are available below, confirmed the removal of force stealth missions, essentially, meaning players will no longer have to return to a checkpoint when triggering a do not raise the alarm or do not get caught objective kind of thing going on. Alongside, there is also improvements to enemy AI and the detection within such AI and facial expressions and animations, as well as more. But based on those patch notes, I mean, hearing that to me, like from what I first heard was like, oh, they're cutting the stealth missions completely. Like, people are going to have such an easy time with it. And it was like, damn, like that's more than half the game. Like, how does that work kind of thing? And then now reading it a little bit more, basically kind of saying it no longer will send you back to the checkpoint when it raises the do not raise the alarm or do not get caught kind of objective. I personally like that. I mean, it makes it way easier. I'm gonna say that. Although I'm sure when you don't raise the alarm, there's still hundreds of troopers after you, which is terrifying. The game is really fun, to be honest. I really do need to get back on it. But yeah, the fact that they're kind of making it so that you can raise the do not raise alarm kind of things, or the do not get caught. You can get caught, but continue the mission. I do kind of like that. I wasn't a huge fan of the fact that every time you got caught, it was like, nope, start over. But also, I felt like that was kind of a huge part of the game. If you can go in there guns blazing, though, man, I'm down to test this stuff. Heck, we might even test it tonight or tomorrow. So keep your eyes open and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Do it. Props for the return of Andre. Just in case people don't want to get spoiled, I was gonna save that for the end. I was gonna save that for after the episode, but yeah, no, I'm hyped. I like who they casted as his voice too. I think it'll be fun. So going over these patch notes, though, we can go a little bit more in depth. It doesn't address the issues some PC players were having in terms of working hard to deploy a permanent fix, or that's kind of what they're doing at this point. But they are trying to work out the PC kinks still. I'm sure there's a lot of kinks with this game being somewhat open world and just the massive size of it and how much there is to do in the game. I'm sure there's still some kinks that they're fixing, like they're saying here with the PC. But from what the patch notes say, it fixed an issue where players could be stuck and not be able to take off the using the Trailblazer. That would be awful. They fixed a lot of stuff in this, man. Decrease enemy damage per shot while increasing the damage cadence increase over time. Okay, all right. There's a lot of little cool fixes that they put. I'm personally, this is definitely gonna get me to dive into it, and I'm gonna read some more of some of the stuff they fixed. But I'm in. As they put here on IGN, does the title update 1.4.0 make you want to pick up Star Wars Outlaws? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if this update makes you want to pick it up and play some more of it. If you've beat the game, potentially let me know down in the chat as well. I don't know. I mean, I haven't played it a ton lately, so I don't know a lot of people that have finished it, or I haven't talked to a lot of people that have finished it. But let me know down in the chat what you guys think of the game if you've finished it so far. And yeah, I'm excited to dive more into it. Let's take this guy off, and let's get into what Andre talked about a little bit. There is some news coming out finally, of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And I want to keep it low key for some of the people that don't want to get spoiled for some of the things that are going to be in this movie or whatever the case is. I'm not even going to be doing spoilers to large degree by any means for this movie. I'm trying to stay as far away as I can from them. But this is some very welcoming news for me and many other Star Wars fans. Disclaimer real quick. For anybody that doesn't want to know anything about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie before its release, dip out real quick and come back right before 6 before the heck. Don't even leave. You can mute. But there is a character that is set to return in this movie that I and many Clone Wars and Star Wars fans are hyped about. And again, if you don't want to be spoiled, now's the time to dip. Your boy, you're out of the Hutt. Oh, and he's taking over Daddy's business, hopefully. I don't know. I'm excited to see what capacity we end up seeing Rod of the Hutt in this Mandalorian and Grogu movie, as he was recently. Variety put out an article. Actually, let's put this guy up on the screen real quick. Hold up. Variety put out an article talking about how Jeremy Allen White, friend of what's his name, Cameron Monaghan, friend of Cameron Monaghan from the Shameless show. The two of them worked on it together. But Jeremy Allen White is officially joining the Star Wars world, I guess you could say. He's going to be joining the Star Wars film The Mandalorian and Grogu as Jabba the Hutt's son, Rada. Yes! Finally. Oh, I've been wondering what happened to this little stinky for years. Oh, yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's get into it a little bit, because I honestly haven't even read this article yet. But Jeremy Allen White is set to join the Star Wars universe in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as the voice of Jabba the Hutt's son, Rada. Variety has confirmed the project marks the first major franchise for the actor following his Emmy-winning breakout role of the FX series The Bear. I've not seen The Bear personally. I've seen bits and pieces of it and some of the memes that are online from the show, but I've heard it's an incredible show, obviously Emmy-winning. And Jeremy Allen White, I know some of his work on Shameless. Great actor. I think as a voice actor, knowing kind of some of his work and like what he's done, oh my gosh. I don't know if he's going to be speaking Huttese the whole time, but man, hopefully not, because it would be hilarious to hear what Jeremy Allen White has to say from the voice of Rada. It's going to be a fun time to hear what that's like. Plot details have obviously been hard to come by for the Mandalorian and Grogu, so White's casting as Jabba's son provides the first real glimpse of what could be in store or what we might see in this movie. The titular bounty hunter and his adorable adopted son were last seen in season 3 of the Mandalorian season, and the Mandalorian is set in the years following the events of 1983's Return of the Jedi. Yeah, it's about 5-6 years post that, in which Princess Leia strangles Jabba to death. Yes, of course. So seeing some of the other Hutts recently in the Book of Boba Fett, and obviously the reveal of kind of what's been going on and Jabba's absence in that show, definitely has showed the power vacuum that is opened up with Boba Fett even trying to kind of take place of Jabba on Tatooine and everything. So it'll be real interesting to see how they end up bringing Rada the Hutt into this and what he's kind of up to in the galaxy at this point. Part of me hopes, being rescued by Anakin and Ahsoka back in the OG Clone Wars movie, that he hopefully found a better a life a little more outside of crime, maybe, or found something better for himself. But also with Jeremy Allen White being the voice, like, I hope he's like a mob boss right now. I don't know. I'm a little torn. I want the dude to be better than his dad, but also if he's just as vile, it'd be cool. It'll be interesting. Like I said, something that makes the dynamic even cooler is being able to see all these years later, from his rescue in the Clone Wars movie to where he's at this point. Like, it'll be interesting to see if he did become a crime boss, that they saved this crime boss back in the day. Let me know what you guys think down in the chat. Let's get into it a little bit. Yo, what is going on, people on Twitch as well? We're trying to stream on Twitch and YouTube more, so if you haven't checked out our Twitch, go check that out. Jai WC, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yo, it's Double F. Got a call and show going on and was wondering if you were interested in joining. I don't know. That's interesting, but I'll let you know another time. I honestly don't even know. Double F. Vader's Lair, hello, and how are you doing today? Hey, Brandon, good to see you in the chat, man. I'm doing well. I'm excited about some of the Star Wars news going on. Excited to get back into some Star Wars Outlaws here on the channel and maybe on the Twitch as well. And I'm doing good, man. Had some fire nachos tonight. Gotta prep for the incredible show that is Skeleton Crew so far. It's been a lot of fun from those first 2 episodes, and I'm excited to have some more fun with the rest of the show and with episode 3 here tonight. I like this theory. Respect. Yes, indeed. Hey, respect to you, Jedi Mike. Smalls in the chat says OG has his kid's last BB game. Oh, for sure. Hey, no worries. I'm a proud dude that OG is at the game for his son and repping him. So don't even trip that you ain't in the chat, my guy. I hope they win the game. Hell yeah. I loved basketball back in the day, man. I still do. I haven't played in far too long. Damn, I think you'd really like the Bear. Yeah, Steve, I think I would too. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I love Jeremy Allen White, so I really do. I'll tell you this, from the bits I've seen and everything, the brother in that show is toxic as yeah. I've heard it's very good. Peak acting here, as Jedi Mike says. And I believe that. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's see what else this article has to say. White is currently shooting the Bruce Springsteen biopic Deliver Me From Nowhere. Good, interesting. It's with written director Scott Cooper. He first rose to prominence as Philip Lip Gallagher in the long show-running Showtime series Shameless. But his role on The Bear as Carmi Berzato, the New York City chef who moves back to Chicago to take over his late brother's restaurant, launched White as a bona fide star, winning him back-to-back Emmy, Gold Globe, and SAG Awards. That's freaking epic. And I love that he's being brought into Star Wars now, especially having that tie-in with Cameron Monaghan both being on Shameless. I love that, man, and I kind of makes me hope that Cameron Monaghan's character can be brought in with him at some point. And just, I mean, granted, obviously, he's probably not going to be doing a lot of the movements and things for Rada, but just having him as the voice and Cameron Monaghan there too would be kind of dope. It would be kind of dope. All right, let's see. Bet, definitely go check out the Discord, and I will have to do that. Everybody's got to go do that. The core is largely here. Much love. Hey, much love to the core. Much love to all y'all in the lair. Hell yeah. How am I doing, Baby Yoda? Dude, I'm doing solid. I'm doing solid overall. I've admittedly been indulging in my guilty pleasure lately, which is Black Ops 6 Zombies. It's been great. Again, real quick plug. Go check out the Twitch channel, man. I've been streaming there kind of low key lately, every now and then. So go check out the Twitch channel. Go check out our other channel, Sheev the Wise, on YouTube as well. Yeah, I've been doing good though, man. Getting back to the swing of things and really trying to enjoy life and Star Wars. You know what I mean? I'm hyped to be having a new show dropping. It's good times whenever we do get some new Star Wars. So with that being said, we are 5 minutes from the new episode dropping. Your boy is excited. Let me know what the hype level is for episode 3 down in the chat. I'm curious what you guys all thought of the first 2 episodes. I know a lot of people in our chat last time were saying, I want more. And I feel like that's definitely been the consensus with the first 2 episodes and how they've been releasing Star Wars and these episodics on Disney Plus as it is we all want more. You're giving us an episode or 2 at a time. We want more. Hello there, Skywalker's Academy. My man, it's good to see you. I've been seeing you all over the place lately. I've been with the Skeleton Crew hype. Your boy's been exploring the YouTubes a little bit again and checking out some of what's been going on in the Star Wars space. And man, I see Skywalker's Academy everywhere out here. Much love, dude. Thanks for being in the chat, man. Hey, oh, you got to get it in there. You know what I mean? Much love, Smalls. All right, y'all. I loved them too. Don. Those first 2 were really fun. And real quick recap in the first 2 episodes, having the kids kind of all meet up the way they did, and you know the one kid. Gosh, I can't even remember their names. This is terrible. I do know the goat though. Come on now. Everybody in the chat, why can't I think of any of their names right now? I'm so terrible. I'm like the worst. Neil is the goat. I'm like the worst Star Wars fan ever. It takes me like 3 weeks to freaking get used to the names of new characters, at least 2. Camille was such a interesting name where it stuck instantly, but Wim, Fern, Neil, KB, thank you, Skywalker's Academy. I'm the worst Star Wars streamer when it comes to names. It's all because of those ships. You know, I can't name a single Star Wars ship. Slave One. I can name Star Wars ships. It just, gosh, some people have a real talent for that stuff, and sometimes there's just too much Star Wars information in the brain. You know what I mean? I feel like that. Just more gets fed in. No, but for real, in this last episode, having Wim, Fern, Neil, and KB all meet up together, the way that KB and Fern were kind of introduced, especially Fern's character, I really think she's a lot of fun, and she's definitely a spitfire of a character. It'll be interesting to see how the team kind of gels together now that they've blasted on into unknown space. We have no idea where they are. They have no idea where they are. And we are on a hell of a pirate adventure here, ladies and gentlemen. With 2 minutes left, let's go. Let's get it going. All right. Almost as bad as... Oh, that hits deep, man. Let's just play. Look, man, we call it Jedi Falling Order for a reason. It is too easy to fall off the platforms in that game. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Talk to game development, okay? Please. That's not my department. All right, y'all. I got it up on the screen. For anyone that's new here, we're gonna have a timer right up over here so you guys can sync along the episode. We're gonna count down to kind of start, make sure everybody in the chat is ready to go. But we got less, probably like a minute. Okay, and we got about 1 minute now. I know, I'm just, it's all good. It's all good. We just having fun. We just having fun. Hey man, you want to see how bad the Star Wars gaming is, then subscribe to the channel and check out our Outlaws gameplay. Because I mean, we've been talking about it all night. They added some new updates. They took away some of the harder stealth missions. Sounds like your boy. You want to see how bad the gaming is? Your boy is gonna have to do all of Star Wars Outlaws without the stealth. Made it. Hey, just in time, Daniel Fisher. Make sure to pull it up. It is 6 o'clock on one of my time. The other one says 5:59 still, but I'm gonna refresh my Disney Plus, see if the episode is out. It is. Okay. Third episode is titled Very Interesting. As an astrogration problem? As an astrogation problem? I have no idea, but there's like an owl ferret thing on it. Your boy is hyped. All right, I'm going to turn down the music. We're going to get the timer up and ready to go. And let us get this episode started. Everybody pull it up. Everybody pull it up. That should not be counting up yet. No, reset yourself, timer. Reset. Okay. Okay. We all good? Except Sheev. Everyone's good in the chat except Sheev. That's what I'm hearing. No, I'm just playing. Let's get this thing going, y'all. Let us begin episode 3 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Whoops, let me fix this. That's not how that should be. That's not how that should be at all. Let us begin episode 3 of Star Wars Outlaws. Just in time, OG. Much love, my God. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do it. Oh, mine's loading still. There was a buffer, but we're good. It was about boom there. Oh, I forgot about that little blast off. The mystery about Atten is like the biggest thing in this show so far. Sorry, I'm not going to try to talk through you guys the whole time, but I still have a lot of thoughts with this show. Do it. Much love. Do it indeed. And then, of course, the entrance of Jode. What's a brig? You know, that's a great question. Me too. Me freaking too, politics. It's Aden's a weird place, man. I'm excited to learn more. It's the theories flowing. Oh, indeed. Indeed. Let's do it. Oh, speaking of Aden, hello there. Why does this have like Andor vibes right now? Okay, so now we're meeting some of the other parents. Uh, uh, illegally. It's because they don't want the planet to be known, right? Travel outside the barrier is forbidden. Dad's definitely been in a phase zone the whole time. Sheesh. Welcome to Skeleton Crew. Security! The security on this planet drives me nuts. They all just care about keeping the planet low key. Oh, I don't know what that was, but if that was his tentacle, that was very interesting creature. The Mines of Borgo. Indeed. Wonder if they're gonna arrest the parents? That would be nuts. It wasn't their fault the kids left illegally. Sounds like some adding stuff to go down though. Oh shoot. Straight up, that's what all the fans are wondering. Yo. Well, he might have been a Jedi at one point. Didn't say. I feel like the way the kids are like, yeah, he's got magic powers. Oh, yep, real peaceful. Stranger danger. Ha, ha, good answer, buddy. Oh, I like Jod already. Jod Nanawood, you little so and so. Oh, he totally started that fight. Oh, Jod Nanawood, I like you more and more as this episode goes. Neil, no, come on. Oh yeah, grab him. Oh yes, this show is a lot of fun, man. That. Not that. There it is. That's not a Jedi thing the Jedi say. You're a Jedi, right? They're testing him for sure. I'll tell you what, y'all. If he was a Jedi, it's been a long time since he was a Jedi. It's been like a cool 26-ish years at least since Order 66. It's almost 30 years. I like Fern a lot. We should blast off. Oh, okay, so this is Silvo. Silvo. So yeah, he was the pirate in the beginning, of course. A lot of people had that theory after episode one. He said, "Shut yo." No, no, I'm in danger now. Turn it off. Oh, B2? Yes. Oh, the B2 fell apart. Did we win? No, 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 no. You were never even designed to win. Oh, hey, look at that. Jod actually went back for him. Yeah, the did we win? That's like the perfect thing to make the B2 say. Did we win? No. Manhattan. Yeah, of course he wants to go after that adding treasure. Let's not. He floated stuff. He doesn't know that. Neil's like, I guess I do. Turn that droid back on, dude. Which button? This is great, man. Oh, you're still connected. Sure, it's a fuel? Or it's not a very well-made ship anymore. Kinda beat down, you know? One of the 2. Something. That cannon is sick. Oh, no. Look out. Yeah, probably. Whew. Oh! That was cool. Sheesh. Is he dead? Neil Neil's funny, man. Oh, my stomach. Just scarfed it down in front of all of them. SM's like, "Screw that, I it's not my job." As you should, SM. As you should. He's already looking through the ship trying to take what he can. Oh, there you go. That's a nice jacket for a captain. He made himself taller. So, yes, he does know about Atten then. Maybe. It's their money. Mhm. 'Cause it's from the old republic. I'm not even tired. Same. Straight up. Staring at him. Yeah. Hell no. Shit. That was a that was a cold move to play. This is a great scene. Damn. That was a real good scene. I like KB's character too. She's a girl of few words, but she definitely has some good scenes. Great actress. Her kid especially, man. That was a good scene. Not literally. A flock of children. That's terrible. Joda's they think Joda's kidnapping them? That's a show of his character. Crimson Jack, he goes by, like, 7 different names. Uh, uh Captain Jack Silvo. Yeah, what his name is Jode? I don't know what name he actually is going by. There's probably more than that. Yeah. This is the owl chick. This is dope. That's sick. Yeah, Captain Silva was the helmeted pirate in episode 1 for sure, and, that's apparently Jode as well. As an astrogation problem, there it is. Yep. Interesting. Zepvo 1. Got that, damn. They're planets, just like the stories of Jedi that they were listening to back in the day, or, growing up. That's crazy. Oh, yep, the great work is exactly why everybody there runs a certain way. I like this chick. She's got a whole Star Wars knowledge bank in her head. That's what I'm talking about, I wish. Crimson Jack Silvo. What do you do, kids? Ow. Grab it. At least he didn't shoot her. Yeah, good advice. My theory says Star Wars politics is that Aden is a mine planet, and they are manufacturing counterfeit credits. Could be a separatist world owned and operated by the banking clan? Interesting theory. I like the theory. Mutiny! We can wait all day, buddy. I was. We wanna get back to the planet. There you go. KB's a I like KB. Deal. Do it, Joe. Get on the ship. Yeah, come on. This is fun, man. Hell yeah. Hey, you gotta tell us some more than that, though. The reason I say Separatist Planet is because they still refer to the Galactic Republic. Fair enough, and they don't know about Alderaan, but they do know it exists. They know about that's fair, that's fair. Could be why the other planets were destroyed too. Something Palpatine might have done. You pilot the ship. Neil? Because he knows how to fly. Oh, well, not Neil. KB's gonna probably launch him into hyperspace. That's okay. Fern is going in. And you, Wim. Heck yeah. Here's your chance, Wim. Go be a hero. Yo, not the X-Wings. I hope it's nobody we know on those ships. Sheesh. Do it. That's dope. Who's on the ship? Come on, Copper Wolf, Paul Sung Hyung Lee. Oh, who is that? Sheesh. Directed by David Lowery. Great episode, man. I had a lot of fun with that one. I gotta tell you, man, the mystery of Atten is just feels like it's getting bigger. I'm with it, man. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 3 down in the comments below. Let's get that timer off. I had a lot of fun with that episode, man. I'm having a lot of fun with the show so far in general. I think there's a lot of good vibes here, dude. I'm loving it. That was a great episode, man. Say cool. They think it's so cool. They think it's so questionable. Yes, don't get cocky, kids. For real though. Yo, Q Bello, what up, my dude? Chief. Dude, that episode was lit. First of all, Adam, let's talk about that for a second, y'all. This planet just is such a mystery. I really like politics. Your theory is really solid. I don't dislike that. I almost feel like it could be older than even that. You know what I mean? Politics earlier said my theory is that Aten is a mine planet from around the time of the Clone Wars, or that they could have been manufacturing counterfeit credits, which is why there's so many of them on the planet potentially. He also said that they could be a separatist world or a separatist own world that is run by the banking clan, or was, and that's all of their basically money or their credits are counterfeits, as he said. And the reason he thought that it was a separatist planet is because they're still referred to the Galactic Republic. I really like that theory. That's a solid theory. And I would love for you guys some theory times down below. Let me know what you guys think, or if you have any theories of what this planet or what the treasure or what the deal is with Aten in the first place, I guess. Because, there's definitely some interesting stuff going on there with the great works and the fact that they are hidden from the rest of the galaxy. What was her name? The owl creature. Terrible with names. She talked about how there looked like about 4 other planets, 5 total of these hidden worlds. And to talk about with politics real quick, I, for whatever reason, I feel like it's even older than that, but also the fact that they do know about Alderaan, Coruscant, that's still stuff they're teaching. You might be right. That could be the time period that they disappeared, was during the Galactic Republic, and the fact that they talk about the Galactic Republic. Even the credits, I believe, are from that Republic era, which you would imagine Palpatine probably got rid of a lot of the credits they were using that time and switched over to like a new currency or something with the Empire. Yeah, that's exactly why I couldn't say it. Skywalker's Academy, or I couldn't remember her name. Kijim? Kim? We'll call her Kim. Q in the chat says, yeah, they talking like that planet doesn't exist. It's straight up kind of like Camino, right? I mean, maybe Camino is one of those other planets too. But then, Kim was talking about how, because I don't know how to say her name, she almost talked about how gases could have been kind of helping, hide the planets, or at least this planet in particular. Aten. We dealing with time travel, says Cubello? No, I don't think we're dealing with time travel yet in Star Wars. I think the closest thing that we come to with time travel is the World Between Worlds, which is part of why I love it so much. It's such a mind trip. But no, I don't think so. I think that this planet has just been secluded for decades. You know what I mean? Like, so Clone Wars would have ended again probably 26-ish years ago before this. So at least Aten has been hidden for about that long, if not like 30-ish years, which still would put it in the time frame of right about when the Clone Wars started. It's possible that Aten and some of the other planets are banking clan, or were part of the separatists, and that's part of why they could have been hidden at that time of the galaxy too. Maybe even to keep them out of the Clone Wars completely. I mean, like Kim was saying, there's thousands of planets. There's tens of thousands. So It's hard to say. Hard to say at this point. I love uncovering more and more of it as we go, though, and just the mystery of the great works with them and what's going on with that. And it's a trip, man. It's a freaking trip. The episode was about 30 minutes without the stuff. Okay, the stuff. The way you put that, though. Yeah, the reason why it is hidden could also be because it's an illegal planetary counterfeit operation. Tis a hidden planet, though they've probably just been hiding since the High Republic. You think since the High Republic, Skywalkers? That would be a trip. Yeah, it was the Galactic Republic during that time too, right? And Coruscant was still big. It's always been kind of the capital. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the little bit of information we've been given of Atten so far still doesn't really help. I wish I was the nerd to be able to know what that symbol on Fern's back means, and like, Kim was in there like, oh my goodness, numerical symbols. I'm like, what? I wish I knew if this was a hint towards something, but right over my head. High Republic, maybe, who knows? Potential, dude. If it's been hidden since the High Republic, that's a freaking long time. It's possible though. I mean, the galaxy is so large. I mean, again, you got planets like you've got a lot of planets so far that we know are capable of being hidden to that degree. Camino, so no. Someone said that they think the planet is working on the Palp clones. I don't see any evidence of that, says Q-Bello. I mean, we've barely seen but like the one little town of this planet, so like it's not like we really know we have too many clues of what the treasure could be, if there is an actual treasure, other than obviously the credits of that time, which people see as valuable, which makes sense. But yeah, no, I mean, there's not much evidence pointing towards any type of Palpatine stuff yet. What do you guys think of Jode, real quick, in the chat, now that we've got a full episode with him and his interaction with the kids? I thought it was honestly a real fun episode, having the two, the group of kids interacting with him, and just KB's scene with him, man. That was a really good scene. I don't know about you guys, but that scene to me stole the episode, this episode. Dude, I love the interactions between Jode and the kids, and I like Jode's character a lot. Like, I definitely don't trust him, but I like him so far. And the more we go, the more I'm like, yeah. So he might not be a Jedi, according to him. And Nerd Mafia even says, what if he was never a Jedi? He definitely could have been. He said that at the end of that episode, the kids, asked him, tell us the truth. Like, are you even a Jedi, kind of thing? And he's like, I never said I was. But I mean, I feel like that's something you would say, though, if you were like a Padawan and never full-fledged Jedi, right? Like, you could still get away with being like, hey man, I never said I was a Jedi yet, or like ever, I was a Padawan at one point. I think he's the dude in the mask. Yeah, no, they pretty much Q, they wasn't he the captain that got ousted in the start of episode 1? Yeah, he definitely was. They kind of explained that. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that might have been a little bit of a red herring. Everybody at the end of the first 2 episodes was like, he's definitely Jack Silvo, and I'm like, is he? Like, I don't know, Jack's maybe, and he definitely is. He definitely is. They said basically he is Jack Silvo, or everybody was saying Jack Silvo escaped from the brig, so that was most likely for sure him. And then he was even called Crimson Jack by the other by Kim, right? I still don't know how to say her name. He's probably not a trained Jedi, but he has Force abilities. For sure. I mean, at the very, very least, the dude has a connection to the Force and was probably trained at one point, or he's just really talented in the Force. But that's the thing. To me personally, my theory, he had to have been a Padawan during Order 66. Had to have. There's almost no way he wasn't. He even said to the kids that he's just like them. He's lost and alone, and I think that's 100% true. That is who his character is. He was probably a young boy, just like Caleb Doom, just like probably younger than Ahsoka at the time of Order 66, and has survived this entire time throughout the galaxy, trying to do whatever he can to survive. Hence, most likely why he's a pirate. I mean, Kanan almost went the same exact route. Caleb Doom went almost the same exact route. He was a scoundrel and a pirate for a little while. He definitely was. And obviously his life changed and he got thrown back into the fight. Like maybe Joe Nawood is being thrown in now. So to me, like, he definitely was a Padawan, and he definitely probably survived Order 66, became a pirate, and survived however he could. And heck, that would more than likely explain away why he was so shaky and could barely get the key in that first episode, is because the dude probably has barely used the Force frequently for the past like 25 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's for a cool 20 years using the Force around people would have got you killed, or, you know, would have got the Empire sent on you. So Jode had to learn how to not use it for a long time. And that's for sure why he's shaky and probably not even fully trained, because he was probably a really bitty Padawan. You know what I mean? This is the tale of the time you almost caught Captain Jack Silvo. Yes. Jackie in the comments says Coruscant was a part of the Old Republic too. I think Aten is the mint treasury of the Old Republic, and all the other systems money flowed there and were converted to Old Republic credits. Jackie, interesting. So you think it could have been around since the Old Republic? That's honestly been one of my biggest questions with Aten and the whole mystery behind it. They say it's Old Republic credits, right? And some of the symbols have the Republic of or some of the symbols on the credits have the symbol of the quote unquote Old Republic of the Palpatine era, or the prequel era, if you will. But it hasn't really been specified what Old Republic they're talking about. You got to remember, at this time of the Star Wars timeline period, technically we're in the New Republic era. There's a New Republic. So that, you know, for us prequel fans that grew up with episodes 1, 2, and 3, technically that era during this time period would be known as the Old Republic. It technically would, because that was like 20 years ago that Republic existed. This is the New Republic. So like, it gets real confusing. Are we talking about the Old Republic is in the prequels Old Republic, or are we talking about the Old Republic is in like KOTOR? You know, like what are we talking about here? They don't really explain that. And like this, like I said, the symbols are from the Old Republic of the prequel era. So it makes you think that it's probably from that time period. But man, if it's from the Old Republic, like KOTOR, that's dope. They've been headed for a long time. Almost got him. Almost. Gotta be quicker than that. Old Republic, High Republic, Galactic Republic, Galactic Empire, New Republic. Yes, 100%. No, Jackie, 100%. 100%. This is how it is. Old Republic, High Republic, Galactic Republic, Galactic Empire, New Republic. But technically, in the New Republic, Galactic Republic technically is Old Republic also, because new and old. Get it? Get what I'm saying? I know this is the Old Republic. This is the KOTOR, not, you know, Old Republic. This is the OG. But like, you know, yeah. I don't know. Man, if they're from the old Republic, that'd be dope, Jackie. That really would. You, Neil, take the wheel. But why? Because he's adorable and I like him. It's facts. Checks out. Checks out. That's exactly why. You know, it's kind of weird that Jode is just like, Neil, take the controls. It's like, I mean, KB definitely had some stuff to figure out with the hyperdrive for sure. But why Neil? I love Neil though, for real. Great choice. Great choice. Captain Jack Jude Law. Yes, indeed. Star Wars Politics says, remember, Vane even says they have to be fake or counterfeit credits. That's what also makes me think, how many stories do we know about where the treasure is fake? Okay, now I get what you're saying, Politics, but I gotta throw in something to disagree. Because these are pirates who think Atten is just children's story. You know, they don't think it's real. So to counter this argument, it's possible he thinks that the credits are fake or counterfeit because, in his opinion, they shouldn't even exist or be anywhere near him in that moment. You know what I mean? To him, it's possible he thinks they're counterfeit because there's no way these credits there's no way this is real, man. Like, I think that was more the vibe I got from Vane saying that and all that stuff, you know? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is counterfeit for that exact reason. I like your theory, dude. I really do. I really love the credit song. Yeah, no, it's dope. It's dope. Man, the whole show is fun, dude. The music, the vibe of the show, the kids are a blast. And for real, that post credit music is good. It's real good. Captain, pilot, gunner, navigator, mechanic, and me. Yes. He's all of the above too. He's the GOAT. That's what we should be calling him. Greatest of all time. All right, y'all. Let me know in the comments again what y'all thought of this episode. Give me a scale of 1 to 10. If I had to give it a rating, I give it a solid 9.5. That was a fun episode. Maybe a 9. It was damn good. I liked a lot of the characters. I liked again the interaction between the kids and Jode. It was real good, man. A 45. I don't know if that's out of 10. That's incredible. That's pretty legendary stuff right there. 8 out of 10 says Brandon. It was fun for me. A 9 says Daniel. All right, that's a good rating. Yeah, no, it was a real fun for me. 8.5 from Don. All right, so everybody thinks this is about an 8 to a 9. This is about the gauge I'm getting from the chat, and that's about where I am with it too. It's definitely overall, I would give it a solid 9. Skywalker's Academy. Beautiful. It's over 9,000. Incredible. Watching episode 3 now. Do you watch it, bro? Do it. Enjoy. Dude, that's a good episode, man. KB, man, I'm telling you, her character is a character of few words, but the scene she's in, she really does steal. And her and Fern, I'm loving the two of them and their vibe. Fern trying to be the captain and everything is hilarious. Dude, that one scene when he's like, wait, don't push any buttons, don't blast off. Jode's like, you know, don't push anything. He leaves, and then Fern looks at them and she's like, oh, we should totally blast off without him. Great scene. Oh, dude, me too. I gotta start Dune Prophecy. I don't even know if I know what DC cartoon you're talking about, but I do have to finish Penguin. I started the first episode. It's good. It's real good. I gotta finish that. It's over 20,000. It is. Indeed. Hopefully that's not how long Adden's been hidden. You know, that would be a long time, but there's a lot of shows I still got to catch up on for real. I mean, I've been snitching on myself lately on the Star Wars shows and things I've missed, and I do have to get a schedule going to start doing that stuff on the channel for real, for real. Which again, hey, if you guys want to check out our Discord, go check that out. I'll probably be updating everyone as the week goes and as we go throughout Skeleton Crew of when we're going to be doing lives, when we're going to be doing these streams indeed. And thank you. Go check that out. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. The penguin kicks booty. Oh, I have heard. I heard he's a butthole. I love it though. He's dude. So far, man, the vibes of that Batman universe or that world, whatever you want to call, fire, dude. Good. That's some good Batman storytelling. Wim's dad looked like he was about to morph into Liam Neeson from Taken. I think it's Wim with an I. Maybe I'm wrong. Not to correct you, but dude, the whole like oh yeah, no, he didn't even say a word. It felt like it. He really did. He's like, I will find my son, and I will stop at nothing to get to him. Straight up. He's like, damn, I was riding him so hard in those first 2 episodes too. Didn't like the Batman movie, but the Penguin show is great. Really? I mean, there was parts of the Batman movie for sure I felt interesting. I would love to dive into that because, man, I thought the Batman movie was good. I haven't seen it in a minute, but I enjoy it. I think Pattinson does a good job overall. He really embodies that early Batman. Not to get on a whole tangent, but I love that. It's supposed to be like the first couple of years of the Batman being Batman in that movie. And I feel like he does a good job of kind of dealing with the trauma of Bruce Wayne and just, yeah, he does a good job in my opinion. All right. Getting off that tangent, Star Wars Politics says the teachers admitted that the planet accepts and deals in other currencies. That's a clue. How are they able to trade if no one can leave the planet or enter? How do they transfer currencies? That's a great question. No one's. I mean, that could be part of the whole great works. Maybe they have a certain select few that are allowed to come and leave, but it doesn't seem like anybody's even allowed to leave the planet. So this is an excellent question to be brought up. It's possible they have other currencies already available to them on the planet, so they accept and use different forms of currency, but then, like, you know, they have this special currency from the Old Republic or from the Galactic Republic, really, potentially. Chill. Too long. Took me 5 times to get through it. Had to watch it in parts. I feel you. It is a very long movie. Batman is a very long movie. Got a jet, y'all. Thanks, Vader's Lair, for the watch party, and may the force be with you all. Hey, Daniel, much love, my dude. Enjoy the rest of your evening or your day, wherever you are in the galaxy, and may the force be with you as well. Aden is literally and figuratively set in 1984. What? Oh, okay. Well, now I kind of get what you might mean. I guess goes with the vibes of the whole Goonies thing. I don't know. Maybe. I will say I love the whole contrast with Atten of the fact that, like, to everyone else in the galaxy, this planet is the stories that they tell their children, and, like, you know, it's a real tale and things that are almost just like what Wim and Neil are looking at with the Jedi, like the whole stories of the Jedi, like how they're, you know, almost just wives' tales or stories that you tell your kids kind of thing. And that seems like almost exactly what Aten is to the rest of the galaxy. And to me, that's such an interesting dynamic and hilarious in a way. It's funny. These kids are on at Aten are like, oh, Jedi and this and that. Our planet's so boring, and the rest of the galaxy's like, yo, this planet called Aten has riches. It's this, that, and that. And the kids are just like, say what? It's supposed to feel like the Goonies and ET, yeah, and it definitely has a little bit of those vibes for sure. Even I still think a little bit of Stranger Thing kind of vibes too, but definitely more than anything, the Goonies vibes for sure. All they need, yes, yes. The planet is like the legend of the Jedi. They're, yeah, it really is. It really is. They're like poetry. It rhymes. Oh, George, George is somewhere just chuckling and having a great time. The Jedi and the cyborg girl will clash at some point since she also has the force flowing through her, says Subaru. Dude. I mean, everyone, that was a great line by Jode, too. It's like, technically everyone has the force flowing through them, and not just the Jedi. That was a great line. Star Wars Politics says Jedi and Treasure. Dope. I'm digging it. Get it. Let's go. Indeed. Indeed. I think KB is the one who is force sensitive. Being as though they're all children, I would think they all potentially have a stronger connection to the force at this time of their lives, regardless of how strong that connection is. And again, every living being in Star Wars has a connection to the force in some aspect. But with KB being able to be like, oh, something's coming, and it was an electronic thing, and she got the whole electronic headwear. I mean, she definitely could be force sensitive. All of them, every living thing in Star Wars has a connection to the force. But I think KB kind of just knew more because of her cybernetics. But again, all of the kids could have some connection to the force. And man, the fact that Jode really is potentially just like them, and was a lost kid in the galaxy, no parents, nothing, nobody to help him out. Like, that's why he's helping out the kids and does have a soft spot in a sense for them. But along with the fact that he needed a ship, not to mention they're taking him to Aten, but I love it, man. I think that dynamic is cool. Is KB a Skywalker? Not the family talent. You talking about like? Are you talking about like Chiss Skywalker? Or I don't know. Talent? As in, like, that's where my head went with that. Chiss Skywalkers in the Thrawn Ascendancy novels are like navigators, essentially children navigators who have a stronger connection to the Force. Typically females, typically little girls that had a stronger connection to the Force within the Chiss Ascendancy that were able to help their, I guess, I don't know exactly, their military travel through hyperspace, because they didn't in the Chiss Ascendancy and in the outer regions of the Star Wars universe, there's no hyperspace lanes. Like there's no way to know if you're going to fly into something, because it's uncharted space. It's the unknown regions for a reason, people. So that what the Chiss did, and part of the reason they're such a force to deal with in the outer regions, is because of these Chiss Skywalkers that they had, that were basically, again, little girls that were of the Chiss species that had a stronger connection to the Force and were able to use the Force to basically guide them through hyperspace. So if that's what you're talking about, no, I don't think she's a Skywalker. I don't think that KB is. Yeah, she says like the ones the Chiss use. No, I don't think so. Ah, probably not. But I mean, the fact no. If anything, I can't remember what those dudes with the head or what the head pieces they wear are called, but first of all very interesting that a little girl has one of those implanted on her. I feel like that would be excruciatingly painful. But I don't know. She's definitely probably not a Chiss Skywalker, especially because the Chiss is from the unknown regions, and I don't think that Adden has anything to do with them. But she definitely has some navigation abilities thanks to the cybernetics. I don't know. Interesting question though, and I love that you brought that up. I love the Ascendancy novels; they are fantastic. All the Thrawn novels are really, really good. Yeah, like Lobot. Yeah, this is. I'm trying to remember. I guess they're just the Lobots. I don't know what to call those type of people. I is it implanted though? Yes, yes, it is. It's an implant. It's mm-hmm. It is. Sibo has it in Star Wars Rebels, very much implanted into his head. They're implants. It's very disturbing. I'm thinking of all the treasures, specific location stories, and trying to draw inspiration for theories on where this series is heading. Well, you know for a fact, politics, that's for sure kind of how they drew inspiration from the show. So I like where your head's at and how you're trying to kind of piece this together. And it seems almost like, sure, there definitely could be some counterfeit stuff going on, but it almost seems like there really ain't nothing going on. But they do have some interesting credits from the Galactic Republic or the Old Republic, one of these republics. I don't know, and I'm not that I can't come up with some theories, but I'm just like more so intrigued with this story and what they're setting up. I wonder how it's going to connect to the larger Mandoverse since it is set in the same timeline. It might not even be connected that much other than the time period. But it feels like it's going to be in some aspect. And yeah, dude, I'm interested to see where things are heading, and definitely thinking of some theories of my own because I like where your head's at politics. I really do. And again, yeah, it is. Hello there, Brandon Trend. Much love, my dude. I appreciate you hanging in the chat. Politics says Jode really loves to put SM33 in this place as a droid. I love their little banter details in the story, and character development is amazing, dude. I agree with this 100%, dude. That was one of my other favorite scenes. Was the scene between SM33 and Jode. And Jode kind of being like, "Do you really think they're from Mad Haddon?" And SM33 being like, "I'm only gonna tell you this once, laddie. I." He didn't exactly say "I," but he's like, "I, laddie. They came from somewhere. I." But yeah, no, the whole dynamic. I love the scene of when SM33 is like, yeah. It's like, who's the big man now? Sorry, I had to bounce. I love this episode. Same Smalls. Don't worry about it, dude. No worries ever, dude. That was a real fun episode though. Yeah, and again, this whole dynamic between the two of them, the fact that these two are the most piratey characters we've kind of been introduced to with the kids, and they kind of have their own things going on. The other thing with this scene, the fact that SM33 essentially did suggest that, yeah, aye, lad. He doesn't know what an Atten is, but he knows what aye. Yes. Oh, Brandon, we were talking about this earlier. Did you hear Jeremy White Allen from The Bear will be grown up Rod of the Hutt? Spoiler alert, potentially. Again, huge potential spoilers. I don't know if this is true or what. Well, it is true. It's from Variety. But I don't know what capacity his character is going to be in this, but potential spoiler warning. Jeremy Allen White has apparently been cast as the voice of a grown-up Rada the Hutt in the Mandalorian and Grogu movies. Yes. Yes, I did hear about this. I'm excited. I really like Jeremy White Allen. Um no, I think it'll be interesting to see what he has to say as Rada. I hope he speaks a little Huttese. And hopefully a little English too, so we can actually get Jeremy White Allen's voice. You're hilarious. You're hilarious, Nerd Mafia. SM33 is defending their secret. Love it. He believes them, but doesn't trust anyone else. I think SM33 knows something. He was found on that Atten. How did he get there? That's been my question. Politics is like, he said he doesn't know what Atten is, but his ship was crash landed there for a reason, and he's an obvious pirate. They were obviously going to the planet to try and find it, and there's skeletons there that are completely decomposed. So they've been there for like a long time. It's just like so much secrets with this dang planet, man. Too many secrets. Oh, I couldn't be happier that Stinky is back. I've been wondering what happened to Stinky for years. I'm a huge animated Star Wars fan, especially with Clone Wars and Rebels. They're two of my favorite things in all of Star Wars. I've been wondering for, at this point, decades. What happened to Stinky, man? Where is it? We saw Jabba get choked out in Return of the Jedi. What happened to Stinky? We even saw Jabba's cousins or siblings or whatever they were in Book of Boba. I don't remember. I'll remember now, but we saw some relatives of Jabba. Where is Stinky? And why have we not seen him? Is he safe? Is he all right? I don't know. Guess we'll find out now, won't we? SM33 is an honorable private willing to even die defending the secret he knows. Maybe on Borgo? They were trying to extract info from 33's databanks to try and find it. Interesting. They might not have been smart enough to do that, to be honest. But they were probably trying. They were probably trying to figure out what was in that head of his. Such a real mystery. Not like Acolyte, fully invested in the crew. Man, we couldn't even go 5 minutes without it. Y'all, I like Acolyte. I'm just gonna say it. I think it gets too much hate. I think it shouldn't have been canceled. I think everybody's a little impatient these days and wants more. And there wasn't quite enough in that first season of Acolyte to satisfy what we were essentially told we were going to get in the show, which I'll say that straight up. And no, Acolyte is not perfect by any means, but dang, was it a decent show that got canceled far too soon? I think that's the real tragedy and reality of it, is the fact that Star Wars shows in particular and TV shows in general typically need more than one season. Like one season of a show, unless you're doing a one-off and going into it knowing you're doing a one-off. Usually there's more development that's needed in a show. Heck, with Obi-Wan, that was a one-off that could still be opened up to a second season. But it was with a character that we've had movies and stories already told about. So it was a one-off that they went into knowing was a one-off for the most part. Largely. Where Acolyte, I feel like they were trying to develop new characters. And yes, they claimed it was a Sith-centric show or, a dark side-centric show, which I don't feel like it fully was at times. But I feel like the setup and the character development and everything was there in that first season to get us fully developed into a Sith-centric show. But God, so many people crapped on it before it even started airing. And then while it was airing and they didn't do quite what they set out and said that they were gonna do necessarily. And there were a lot of other little issues, like where did your money go for episode 3 with the whole children chanting moment thing. Just, yeah, there was some interesting stuff. Again, Acolyte's not perfect, but I damn think it had development and setup for a second season that would have been real good. And that's all I'll say about that. All right, let's get back into the chat. All right. Star Wars Politics says, I've been hearing about Stinky. What's going on there? Is he going to make a return? Yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much for anybody that doesn't want to know anything. But since it's already on the screen, if you're in the chat, I'm sorry. If you don't want to know this, yeah, he's supposed to be making a return in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We have no real plot details, and I'm not going to be looking for plot details because I don't want to be spoiled. Personally, I want to go into that movie without knowing much, and this is the most of what I would like to know or hear about the show is who's going to be cast and what characters might be in it. And even then, I would prefer this type of stuff not to get out there too much, because this is a potential big surprise. Stinky the Hutt, Rada the Hutt coming back and in a live action movie. I mean, the last time we saw him was 2008 in a movie that everybody crapped on. So I've been wondering what happened to this dude for years. But yes, he's supposed to be making his return. It's excellent. I'm here for it. The twins, they were... okay, yeah. The twins were cousins. I thought so. Okay, thank you. Not siblings. I didn't think they were that close. I can't believe that Andor Season 2 is the next project, and I'm very excited, Brandon. Me too, man. Andor Season 1 is real good. I still feel like... for some of the more casual Star Wars fans, not the diehards that are in this chat or that watch basically everything that comes out from them, but for more of the casual fans, I feel like a lot of them might have missed Andor or still haven't maybe seen the first season. You're missing out, man. It's a real good show. That first season is epic. Andor Season 2 is gonna be good. Oh, I'm excited. What else is there? Let me see. Aunt and uncle to Stinky. Yes. To Rada. That's great. I think they tried to do too much in one show with Acolyte instead of sticking to one theme, says Dawn. Therefore, it was unbalanced. Pick a theme and stick with it. For the amount of episodes they did, I probably agree with you. Again, I think there was some real great setup for what they were trying to do, and yeah, the whole sister dynamic and dragging that out throughout the entire season when almost look, y'all, I won't lie, I didn't watch every single episode of Acolyte as it aired, but I do have recordings of my reaction to all of them, and the archives of the channel, and I haven't even watched them, but I know for a fact that on that second or third or the first 2 episodes that dropped, when I watched those and had recorded my stream, I know for a fact at the end of those first 2 episodes, the end of the first one specifically, I'm like, these twins are the same girl. I was like, they are her. They are the same one. This is the same character. There's 2 now. There are 2 of them. Literally after the first episode, that was my theory, is that they're the same chick. Going into the episode, or that was kind of my theory, and after the first one, I'm like, it's same chick, same, yep, for sure. And then at the end of the second one, and like throughout the season, I'm like, they're dragging it out and making it like, oh no, they're definitely different. And like the fact that there is 2 of them, I was like, oh, maybe it's not, I guess. The fact they dragged that out the whole season when we all damn well knew this the same character, they dragged that out too long, a little bit. I think that was the main issue with the story, is they dragged out so much in that one season when there's only so many episodes. You guys did a great job of setting up for season 2. But goodness gracious, all the setup was in the last episode, pretty much. I mean, there were sprinkles here and there, but it was like, dude, you dragged it out too much. You gave us great setup, but you dragged it out way too freaking much. I believe a lot of recent quality shows are a result in the strikes. I'm not gonna lie. That's definitely possible. Yeah, no, this is a lot of these projects were stuff that was being worked on and developed during that time period and throughout that. And I feel like those strikes definitely pushed back a lot of things for a while. We're definitely going to be feeling those ramifications still, like even now. Yeah, I agree. Don says Ahsoka will have to show up to calm Rada from going. Yes. They just show up and like Rada's got them in chains and he's just like, man, beat him to the Sarlacc. And Ahsoka shows up. She's like, whoa, 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 chill. The Acolyte, great promise. Yeah, it had good promise for sure. It still does. I'm excited. Hopefully they do more with that show because like even in comics or whatever the case, man, they could have been setting up for Palpatine, y'all. You know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all could have just stuck with the show, let it develop a little bit instead of just crapping on it instantly. Who knows? That they were bringing in Plagueis at the end. Kamir could have been one of his first pupils, and who knows? By season 3, we could have had a little Sheevy running around. I guess not. Such a tragedy. It's all over the place. See, yeah, we're still talking about it. Could 24-25, says Smalls, be the real return of Star Wars? Acolyte had potential, but they didn't deliver on the Sith. I get trying to do a setup, but they wasted so much time. That's my dispassionate take. No, I agree, dude. I agree. And I like it more than you do, I think. Yeah, no, I agree, dude. Oh, that's not a spoiler. It's a surprise. Think you should not be. Sticker! I mean, no, it's not necessarily a spoiler, but it would have hit. I'm telling you right now, if none of us knew that Stinky was gonna be in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and all of a sudden you see a hut and you hear that his name is Rada, we would all be flipping. You know what I mean? Like these type of announcements kind of take the air right out of the room with stuff like that. It's just it shouldn't be hidden though. I love Stinky. Oh, please don't hide the stink. Never hide the stink. Wanted to love Acolyte, but it just wasn't Darth Plagueis level Sith. No. I think there were some tidbits, especially in I think it was like episode 5, where Kamir is kind of talking with one of the sisters, the sister that trained with the Jedi. I can't even remember their names. Terrible with Star Wars names if you haven't figured out by now. But dude, yeah, no, I thought that episode where Kamir was kind of teaching little tidbits of the Sith, I'm like, this is it, man. They're starting to dive in. We're getting the threads for next season. Canceled. Damn. Yep. COVID strikes, trying to get back on schedule. Yeah, I think that's where we are, is trying to get back on schedule now. Indeed. He put a Rancor to sleep. He did. Grogu is the GOAT. That's all I'll say about that. Diego Luna confirmed at Star Wars Celebration Tokyo 2025. So real quick with 2025 and this question here from Smalls, could 24-25 be the real return of Star Wars? I don't know about 24 necessarily. We're already at the end. We got 30 days, 20 days. left of the month of the year. I mean, with this show, sure. With Skeleton Crew, I think it's a lot of fun, man. And if you don't look for all the things that you were necessarily hoping for, or had a thought in your head of what it could be in the Acolyte, if you don't go in with that type of things, which I don't think any of us are really going in looking for specific things in Skeleton Crew. I think it is just a show where we can all, as Star Wars fans, take a collective breath, breathe in, everybody, and breathe out. There's no high stakes, man. It's just an enjoyable show that we can all just sit back and enjoy. And that's the cool thing. Especially with Skeleton Crew, it's something that we can all we don't have to take it so seriously, man. We can just enjoy it. And that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But yeah, I do think 25 is going to be a huge year for Star Wars. For those that don't know, 2025 is the 20th anniversary of my favorite Star Wars movie ever, Revenge of the Sith. So in that aspect alone, the fact that they're going to be doing Revenge of the Sith re-releases in theaters, your boy is buying a ticket as soon as he can. Yes, pronto. I will be going to see Revenge of the Sith in theaters again. It was one of the first movies I remember seeing in theaters, so absolutely. And in that alone, 25 is going to be a huge year. Not to mention, there's a celebration in Tokyo. So dope. We're getting more Visions. We're getting Andor Season 2, which is going to be fun. We're getting a lot. 25 is, I think, going to be a fun year. Who knows what announcements are going to be at Celebration, or what trailers we might see. Heck, we might even get a little snippet for Mandalorian and Grogu. So I think it's going to be a good year for hyping Star Wars back up. And so the return of Star Wars, sure. Yeah, I think it could be. I think it could be a great year for that. The really old Republic. Yeah, that's what we gotta call it, right? The old Republic is the Galactic Republic. But then we got the old Republic, you know what I mean? The really old Republic. There is the New Republic, then it's the old before that, and before that is the High Republic? Yes. Well, they had it in the chat earlier. It's Old Republic, High Republic, Galactic Republic, Galactic Empire, and then New Republic. That darn Empire. Just ruining it all. At least we got Darth Plagueis, but we won't see him. Nope, just hiding behind rocks. That's the most we'll get. In canon. And the legend, of course. That's good. I still like that part. The number of episodes versus the odd number episodes. Oh, the even number episodes versus the odd number episode? What's going on? Two different shows? Oh, I feel that. Oh, Don, I feel you instantly based on what you said. Kind of. Yeah, it felt like there was definitely, I mean, maybe that's the whole thing with that show. Maybe that was kind of the whole idea with the two different girls being the same chick. Yeah, no, interesting though. Not everyone can pull off the directing style, or the directorial style of Kurosawa. No, not everyone can. That's a hard thing to pull off sometimes. But when it's done correctly, it is excellent. There were major writing issues with the pacing. That's ultimately, I think, what I chalk it up to. But even then, with the poor pacing, I felt like there was great setup for a second season that was just going to ramp up. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that was even part of why it was weirdly paced, was because it was set up. And nobody's patient enough to see where it goes through. So, at least Disney's not. They spend a lot of money on it, though. You would think maybe with all that money you guys spent, you might want to put efforts into actually letting it develop and paying for a season 2 too. Maybe not as much money, especially since where the heck did that money go towards the scene with the girls and the head marking and whatever. Anyway, It was from the moment she. Damn it! I don't want to do this, man. I don't want to be on a stream about the Skeleton Crew show, going a whole like hour after the show just bagging on the Acolyte. I know we missed the Acolyte on the channel and I didn't cover it, but man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to crap on Star Wars. I'm not trying to crap on it either, and I don't think I am. But oh man, even if the show itself is dead, fans deserve to see the story extended. 100%, Aaron, and that's. I want to know more. I want to know what happened. I want to know what. I want to see Sheev kill everybody else. They chose poorly. I was more than patient with the show. Fair. Steve says, I haven't watched Acolyte yet. LOL. Should I watch? Yes. Yes. Do it. Don't listen to the hate. No, for real though. I would recommend, dude. Keep an open mind with it. Know that some episodes are better than others, and or not even episodes. You know what's so? I feel like I maybe talked about this on the channel before. I watched episode 3 of the Acolyte, and like, obviously, I didn't post my stream at the time, but I literally went to Twitter right after saying that was a great episode. I loved episode 3, but goodness gracious, that scene I'm talking about with the little girls and the head markings and the little. I don't know exactly what to call it. What's it called? The not tribute trial, but I'm thinking of the word, but it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't do it. But that whole scene with them like having the kids essentially join the covet or the coven or whatever you want to call it, having them, that whole scene, there was not enough stuff going on. Like, we've seen rituals. There you go. The whole ritual with the little girls. We've seen other rituals in Star Wars that just look better. They look different. There's more going on to it. There's more Force stuff happening. And it's like, we've seen witches do stuff like that. We've seen similar things. And yet you have a live action show where you're doing it with these little girls, and granted, they didn't even finish the ritual completely, but it just was so underwhelming. It really was. There was no FX. Like, it was like that was my biggest gripe with the whole show, was that one scene. It was like, I loved that episode. I thought episode 3 was really good, especially dealing with the little girl's traumas and all the thing that was going on in it. It was a good episode. But you probably lost half your viewers with that one damn scene. And you didn't lose me, obviously. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm going to watch it regardless. But goodness gracious, I could see how, as a casual viewer, you were watching that scene and going, what the hell is this? Like, if you're going to spend millions of dollars on shows, please give moments like that the FX that they need. Please? I don't even know why I have to ask that, but please. And yes, you should. Outside of that one scene that they needed to add more FX for, I thought the show was pretty well done and had great setup for potential season 2 and future storytelling. So yes, please, I think you should. Please give it some viewership so maybe that they can decide a season 2 might be worth it. I hope you like it, though. If you do, please let me know, Steve. If you do watch it, let me know. He says, I'll get to binge it too. We'll watch all weekend. Yeah, I feel like if watching it all together is probably a little better too. I've seen it all the way through. I've seen it twice, actually. Definitely waiting for it week to week, which I didn't even watch it week to week. I actually watched most of it in bits and pieces, like, a couple episodes at a time. Boo, Acolyte. Oh, mine are still battling with each other over whether or not it was good or not. My last two brain cells are trying to decide, and they both have great arguments. Yeah, good to see y'all in the chat, man. Ascension, the Ascendancy. Wait, what? Ascension? I don't know about Ascension, but if you're talking about Ascendancy, go read those books ASAP. Everybody and their mama should. Excellent books. The Ascendancy Thrawn novels, beautiful. Binary storytelling can be interesting, and I liked what they were trying to do. It just fell flat. $310 million, bro. Where was it? Where? I mean, cool lightsaber effects and great fighting. I'm sure you maybe spent some money on your choreography or something. I'm sorry, but where was it in that scene? You're doing a whole little like witch ritual, fam, and there's no witchery happening. You could barely see the little symbols on their head. You know? Just where was that 300? Where did it go? Where? Anyway. Good to hear. Oh man, I could have had some real good points and made the fandom a little more enthusiastic about it, man. Like, even me, I'm one of the most positive Star Wars YouTubers in this space. I really am. And goodness gracious, I didn't cover the show not because of the show wasn't good. It had nothing to do with the show itself. It was more personal stuff. But goodness gracious, I wish I did, because again, being the positive voice I feel like I am in this space, I probably could have changed some people's minds, or at least made the community a tiniest bit more positive on the show. I'm probably hyping up my own voice too much, but it would have been nice to at least give this space that we're all in right now a little bit more positivity during that time period, because goodness gracious, it felt like a mini version of Last Jedi all over again. Except most people didn't like it. Which, I mean, never mind. I just helped my own argument. I hurt my own argument, really. There were great moments in the Acolyte, says Smalls, but it lacked stakes and cohesion. And WTF, won't you grab the kids instead of the... Yeah, no, he definitely messed up. he straight up messed up. I mean, he just... No. Do it. Okay, where was I in the chat? I'm trying to find where y'all were. Yeah. Majority of people didn't like Acolyte episode 3 because of singing. It was a good episode though, man. I'll die on that hill. I'm the only one on the hill, but I'll die there. I don't know if I even would die there. I'll pick a different hill to die on, to be honest. Episode 3 is a good episode though, man. Watch it again. Just, yeah, take away the power of many. Oh, no. Oh, it's a good show, though, fam. It's not that bad. It's really not. It really isn't, man. Yeah, no, I agree with this for sure, Brandon. The choreography of the lightsaber fight between Jackie and Kumir was cool. I like Jackie's character in general. She was dope. It was real sad when she died. Your smoke theory sucks. It does. It's... You know what's hilarious about this? My smoke theory did suck. You know, I had a theory that the smoke was a cool character, but it was just green smoke. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Ascension is the name the Coven gave for the ritual. Ah, the Ascension. That's right. Yeah, that sucked. I went down the witches. Yeah, all right. Nah, that's a good song, man. Down. That's a fire song, fam. No, no, I know we hadn't, and it's fine. We have to at some point in the space. I know we haven't talked about it on the channel, really gone in depth like that. It was necessary, and for the people that are watching, that are looking for Skeleton Crew content and came to hear me talk about Acolyte all of a sudden, well, welcome in. Subscribe to the channel. I promise you, we're normally not this negative, and I don't even feel like we're that negative. I feel like I'm still talking about it in a very positive light compared to the rest of the world. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm not a hater. I definitely didn't. I'll never be a Star Wars hater, but goodness gracious, if that comment isn't true, even then, I'll defend it. There might be a knife lodged in my back right now, but I'll defend it. Oh man. What I don't get is all the animosity towards the show. I'm not the biggest fan of Resistance, for instance, but that just means I don't revisit it frequently. I don't waste my time crapping on it. And that's, you know why. First of all, Aaron Tomato, I'll tell you exactly why there was animosity towards the Acolyte and why there continues to be. I mean, really though, it's not even continues to be. It didn't deliver. That was part of it. It didn't necessarily deliver on what it told us it was going to give us. It didn't fully deliver that. It set up for the delivery, but it didn't deliver it. You know what I mean? But comparatively to Resistance, Resistance is an animated show. So right off the bat, less people are going to watch it. Just how it is. I've been trying to get people to watch the best Star Wars ever for years. I've been trying to get people to watch Rebels and Clone Wars for decades. I really have. And, the people that I've gotten to watch it love it. They understand what I see. Heck, some of the people that have even glanced at a few episodes have seen it and go, yeah, that's pretty good. Resistance, I'm not the biggest fan of either. I think I got through season 1 and started season 2, and I don't think I've ever finished the show. And again, I'm a huge animated Star Wars fan. But Resistance is set during the sequels. It's already a show that I'm not going to care as much about because there's less going on in that time period of the galaxy that I personally have attachments or characters that I know and things going on that I care about. And then on top of that, it's an animated show. Not as many people are going to care for as long or in general. So at the end of the day, some of us forget that Resistance exists sometimes. Just how it is. But there are people that really do like the show. I've seen some episodes where I'm like, this show has some potential, and definitely I could tell it was written by some people that did work on Clone Wars and some of the animated stuff. But yeah, it's somewhat forgettable or uneventful at times. Heck, some of you that like Resistance in the chat might now even be saying, Sheev, you're totally wrong. It's a great show. And I'll take it. I just wasn't as into it. And that's why really what it is. It's an animated show in a time period that I don't personally care about as much. So there's less stakes, there's less things to gripe about, and there's less to just have animosity towards to begin with. But you take a live action show with an LGBTQ plus director, which I personally, cool, that's totally awesome. But you have a live action that's going to get more views. B, you have a person of, I guess, from the minority group of people that is already controversial in some aspects, which shouldn't be. So then you get controversy on top of the fact that it's going to be under more eyes. People were crapping on it just because there was a director of the LGBT community, which is disgusting, straight up. And that's really exactly what happened. So there's animosity towards the show just because of the person that they hired to direct it. Ridiculous. Not to mention, it continued to go on, and when the show actually aired, it's we don't need to get into the full nitty gritty of it all, but that's exactly why there's animosity towards the show, and it pisses me off. Is because there's people, it's under more eyes, and it already has controversial things attached to it. So it's like, to the people that make negative content, it's easy to just go towards negativity with it, and it's easy to sell it. And that's the thing, is negativity is going to draw more eyes, regardless of if it's Star Wars. Anywhere, the news reports on negativity and bad things that happen in the world more often, because more people are going to tune in to watch that. It's just straight up how it is. So you got people in the space that get thousands and hundreds of thousands of views talking shit about the show every single week, and it gets more eyes because it's not an animated show but in live action. And already that's all the animosity the show needs for it to be a controversial show comparatively to shows like Resistance. And then you get the actors and actresses getting shat on, which is a Star Wars freaking trait, apparently. It's terrible. All the other crap that comes along with it, just because it's a live action show that you might not have enjoyed. Heck, a lot of us here thought it could have been way better. But there's no reason to crap on the people that worked on the show and have animosity towards the show because you didn't like it. It's so easy to just do what Aaron is talking about and just, hey, I wasn't a big fan of it. I'm not going to revisit. It's not something I need to do, you know? Personally, I'll revisit it, and I hope that they do make more shows about it. And I'm happy for the people that worked on it, that they got to be in Star Wars and hopefully continue to be one day. But it's just sad. It's sad that the freaking fandom is like this. It's sad that we don't let shows develop. It's sad that it's just sad, man. It's sad there's no patience in this fandom. And even for you guys that did have patience with the show, like, I'm just going to say it. It had good development, man. The pacing was terrible. I agree. And yes, they wasted so much time. They really freaking did. But there was set up for a season 2. And that's really it, is on top of the animosity and everything with it. The show didn't deliver the Sith aspect of it that it said it was going to. It did a tiny bit. It barely touched on it because it was setting up for future seasons. But that's what people they're so quick to, again, it didn't deliver because it didn't have the time to deliver. It didn't. You gave it one season of like 8 episodes. That's not enough time. That pissing me off too, is they're doing these stupid 8-episode shows every time. Make it damn 10 and stop making the episodes 30 minutes. What's so hard about that? You already put $310 million into the show. You're cutting episodes down to 30 minutes to save money here and there, or whatever the case is, and then you're wasting too much time during those 30 minutes. I was not prepared to go on a tangent tonight. Oh, man. I really went on a whole tangent. Go join the Discord. Definitely go do that. I do not care what makes TV film, or who makes TV/film. Just make it great for those of us who pay for it. Yeah, that's the other thing. Is I will say, like, when you do have people, like, I'm the same way politics. I don't give a fuck who's making what. I don't care. Like, sometimes if there's a great director or actor involved, I'll be like, cool. But if it's someone I've never heard of, I don't care. Make something good, though. And that's the other thing, is like, the people that did work on this show were talking almost too much about it before the show came out, and we're opening the door for there to be conversations about the show that didn't need to be had in certain aspects. And it was just like, if you're gonna make something and talk it up and say it's gonna be great, Robbie Rod did the same thing with Book of Boba, where he talked about it way too much, said it was gonna be all killer, no filler, this and that. When you talk about your show and hype it up, and say it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, it better freaking be the greatest thing since sliced bread, or everyone's going to crap on it. It's just, don't open the door up for yourself to be crapped on and say that it's going to be great and then not deliver. That's just really what it is. Just be John Watts about it and keep your damn mouth shut and just enjoy the ride and have fun. And guess what? Your fans are going to have fun with the show too, because you put so much fun and enjoyment into the show. You don't see John Watts talking about how Skeleton Crew is going to be the most fun Star Wars you've seen in years, do you? No. Anyway, I'm trying to be. Right now, I'm like shining a bit red. The inner Sith in me is coming out. Timothy in the chat says, "Listen, you like what you like, even if there's only a single person who likes it. That's still valid," and that's true too, man. That's true too. I agree with this 100%. It's that's the thing, man. We as humans and people, we put too much energy into the things we don't like, instead of just being like, I didn't like that. That wasn't for me, and moving on with our lives. You know what I mean? And even if someone did like it, who are you to crap on all over the thing that somebody else had enjoyment with? You know, just you could be, upset, take out your anger, just, do it in healthy ways. Please. It's nothing to be that upset about either. It's a TV show and Star Wars at the end of the day, man. It's something where I think I've been putting it in the description of the streams lately. We're here to talk about the thing we love, man. And I'm sorry if you didn't like Acolyte, and I didn't even like certain parts. I'll 100% tell you that. And yeah, we're talking about something some of us didn't like right now, but it's because we love Star Wars in that aspect. So in that, but at the end of the day, it's about enjoying the things we like and the things we love. I feel like that's really a big part of being able to enjoy life in general. It's just sometimes don't take things so serious and just enjoy it for what it is. We all take Star Wars very seriously. That's why I have a whole channel here. But it's not that serious. It's really not, to where you need to be crapping on actresses and actors and people that worked on it. It's never that serious. What else do we have in the chat? I almost forgotten Resistance existed until you brought it up. Me too. Oh, no. Me too. Admittedly, same. He said Resistance, and I was like, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. If a monkey made a masterpiece or a film or TV, I guarantee you there will be those who will hate him for it. This sick world we live in, those who can't move on will be left in the past. Factual. That is very factual. It's gotta move on, man. Yes. The Sith are impatient. There was a great show in The Acolyte, and if you let that inner Sith come out, that's when shows get canceled. I'm just playing. No, but there was a good show in The Acolyte, and there was definitely a lot of promise in it, like you guys were saying earlier. So promise that may never be fulfilled because they didn't deliver on their promise in season 1. My biggest issue was the lack of Sith. Exactly, politics, which they sold everyone on. They should have pushed the story forward. That season of Acolyte could have been a 4-episode story arc. Yeah, 100%. And that's what I mean. They wasted too much time. If by episode 5 or episode 4 we get that conversation with Kamir and her, and then episode 5 and 6 is kind of the launching point of her kind of figuring out what's going on with the Sith, kind of being integrated more. That would have been dope. That would have been great. but instead we got 8 episodes of that, so double the amount of time. So I agree. My dissatisfaction with the acolytes constraints make me all the more grateful for how much more content we got with Andor, the number of episodes length, etc. That's actually a great way to look at it, man. I like that, man. Greetings to you, my friend. So Skeleton Crew is great. I mean, comparatively, I don't know. Hey, man, I'll be the first to say, I don't know if Skeleton Crew's numbers are going to be that great. I'm just going to say it. It's not necessarily a show that, like, if you couldn't sell people on Acolyte, which is a time frame of Star Wars that not a lot of people understand or know, as far as casual fans, like, yeah, there's more Jedi, so you might be able to potentially sell them on that, but it's this time frame nobody knows with characters nobody really knows. Skeleton Crew is a similar thing. I mean, granted, we've spent a little more time in this time period in the Mandoverse, but largely it's a lot of characters we, for the most part, don't know. And it's a time period we largely don't know Star Wars. So in that aspect, already I feel like the viewership of Skeleton Crew could be, I don't know about Acolyte level, but lower, and even then Acolyte, I feel like at the beginning had decent viewership numbers. But I wouldn't be surprised if Skeleton Crew does have kind of struggle in viewership comparatively to some of the other Star Wars shows, just as in the fact that there's less to sell people on. It's Goonies in space. It's fun. And it is. It's damn fun. It's good. It's real good, to be honest. But I feel like selling the less hardcore Star Wars fan on it might be a little hard. I don't know. I told my grandpa about it. I told him, I'm like, dude, it's supposed to be like Star Wars meets Goonies, essentially. And he was like, oh, like that sounds fun. And I'm like, precisely. She'd be ranting tonight. Oh man, I was going off. He put a Rancor to sleep. Yeah, no, she's ranting a little bit. On another note, so I've heard about an entire new way on watch replays of all the Mando related shows before Skeleton Crew. I think it would be great once we have a lull between this and Andor. What? An entire new way on watch replays of all the Mando related shows. Well, I'm intrigued. Tell me about this new way of how to watch, because you had my interest. You piqued my interest. Now you have my attention. Go be safe. I think John Watts' agent and PR team was like, don't say a word, make no promises. But John Watts is, okay, real quick. We'll probably get out of here soon, but John Watts, if y'all don't know, this is the same dude that worked on the Spider-Man projects in Marvel. So already the fact he worked with Marvel, he's pretty good at secrecy and keeping things on the down low, I'm sure. Even if all of No Way Home leaked, pretty much, I don't think that was necessarily his fault. And that he didn't say a damn word about it. You know what I mean? So John Watts is a dude who's not going to talk much about his shows. He's most of the time lets his shows and movies do the talking for him, I feel like. Not to mention he was the dude that did No Way Home, or he was a part of that. So already secrecy is something he's used to, But yeah, I'm sure the PR team maybe said that. But then again, sometimes their marketing and PR teams need to step it the hell up. Like, dude. Apparently there's an Indiana Jones game coming out. Did y'all know about this? Dude, did y'all know about this? There's an Indiana Jones game coming out. I've never heard. It might be out already. I genuinely don't know, but the fact that I've never even heard of this, and there's supposed to be an Indiana. I've heard recently. I heard there was an Indiana Jones game coming out. Like, where's the marketing? What are you doing, Lucasfilm? What is going on? If like, I'm pretty sure this is a real thing, and that there's supposed to be an Indiana Jones game coming out. I've not seen anything for it about it at all. At all. Wait, where? Anyway, yeah, no, they got some PR things they gotta fix over at Disney, but that's just me. I didn't like the Acolyte, but I'm excited for Skeleton Crew and Andor season 2. Hey, that's what's up, Brandon. That's what's up, dude. I feel that. I feel that. I like the Acolyte more than most, but I'm always excited for new Star Wars. You know something, real quick, just to give it a little positive spin. Something I actually loved about the Acolyte was the exploration of that time period and being able to see what the Jedi and what kind of things were happening in the galaxy at that time period. That made me almost more excited about during the show, and like was one of the cooler things I liked. And being able to see that, yes, even though I absolutely despised the Ascension scene, the fact that the girls were likely created from a virgins in the Force, that these mothers quite literally created them with the Force. Oh, all of that stuff to me, real cool ideas in Star Wars. Definitely kind of goes with the flow of Anakin and how Shmi Skywalker might have been created too. And bam, all of that stuff was fire. I liked it a lot. So in that aspect, I will say the world building, the time period exploration that they did in Acolyte, best parts of the show. Best parts of the show. On top of the choreography. Yeah, there's your little sheep positive spin, man. Because I didn't hate the Acolyte. I think it's good. First 2 seasons of Mando, straightforward. Then a different spliced order of Mando 3, Ahsoka, and Boba. That makes sense. That actually does make sense. I'm with that, Don. All right. Well, maybe. I enjoy hanging in the lair too. Heck yeah, man. I enjoy having all y'all in here. Don't think about it too much. Just enjoy your Star Wars, please. Try to. I'm so dead. I say don't do actor interviews and let the trailers do their jobs. Not needed to describe every point and stir up the controversy before the show even premieres. Yeah, let alone to spend money on those types of things or have, anyone spend money on those kinds of things. Why? Why do you need to do actor interviews and directorial interviews and talk about all your shows before they even release? Like, just let your show be good and let the show do the talking. Straight up. Felt like Boss Nass there a little bit. Anyway. Oh god, the clips from this. That's gonna be great. I say don't where was I? Interesting. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they tried to tell us. No, I'm playing. I don't know. That's I feel like that's how we should try to be. I mean, it's okay to be a little upset about something for a moment. Hear what I'm saying for a moment. But if you're gonna let it ruin your whole life or your whole view on Star Wars, and take it down a notch. You're at like a 20, bring it down to like at least a 7, fam. At least. Joe, go check out the Discord. Don just linked in the chat. Much love to you, Don. Go join the Discord today. You can also find that in the description and links to all our socials. So go ahead, check that out down in the description below. It's pretty interesting that after Skeleton Crew and Andor Season 2, Ahsoka is the only Star Wars live-action series we have as of right now, or at least that's known to us. And it's pretty interesting. Personally, I think the biggest draws in Star Wars, because I feel like that's a huge point, Tim. I'll throw that back on the screen. It is interesting that there's not much that's announced or that we know is in the works currently. They are trying to go back towards movies a little bit, and they are having a real hard time doing that. They're struggling. It seems like not surprising. But it is pretty interesting that right now, outside of Skeleton Crew, which is already halfway or close to halfway through, and Andor season 2, we don't really have anything. I think obviously what's it called? The Visions season 3, but that's not even canon. So yeah, those are the only live action series that we have in place at the moment. I don't really think any well, that's a lie. There is probably an animated project in the works. I just have no clue what it is yet. Nor do I know really anything about it, and I don't think anyone else really knows that there's even an animated thing in the works. So but yes, there's not much that we know of coming outside of Ahsoka season 2 eventually, and the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Like, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, even the other movies right now are kind of in space, if you will. But it's interesting. It makes you wonder what else is coming. What are their plans? Because right now there's not much that we know of. But that's why 2025 can be a huge year of Star Wars with the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary and having a celebration in Tokyo. Maybe we can get some new information and shows announced. Although hopefully they can actually follow through and make the shows, because there's been a lot of things announced that never see the light of day. Anyway. Oh boy, the numbers are bad, but I feel word of mouth will really bring it up. I'm thinking that too. Yeah, I think this show's got a lot of fun. And as Tim said, Skeleton Crew is great. It's wholesome and innocent, and it skews younger, but you can enjoy it with the whole family. And most importantly, we got the adventure vibes back. Hell yeah. Perfect for the holiday season indeed. I agree with that statement 100%, Timothy. It really does. It feels like it's back, and it's here for a good time. It's here for a long time, hopefully. I would love for more. It feels like Skeleton Crew is a single season kind of thing too. Talking about how Acolyte was set up for multiple. It feels like this show is set up for just a one and done potentially. But I would be open to seeing these characters and having their stories continue past this show too. That'd be really cool, especially in this time period. Having them show up in Mandalorian or Grogu or future projects that have to do with this Mandoverse time period would be dope. Probably. I was pretty sure it was coming out this week. You're talking about the Indiana Jones game, right? I was pretty sure it was coming out this week. So where is the marketing? Where? How do I not know about this? I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I like Indiana Jones. Why? Throw some commercials out there. Like, at least they marketed Outlaws a little bit, but like, where was it? I don't know. I did. No, wait, are you talking about the Indiana Jones game? Because I probably did forget, but where's the marketing? Of course I'm gonna forget if they don't market their damn video games. That's what I'm saying. Where? Troy Baker did an amazing job voicing it. So everybody knows about this game but me. This is just a me thing. This is my problem? Is that what you guys are telling me? Come on. Like, you have failed as a Sith. You must let the hate. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can spin it quite the way that Maul does. That would be tough. Studio Ghibli collab on Star Wars Visions. But again, of course I'm gonna forget if they're not marketing it. That's whatever. I'll take the L on that one. Did everybody else knew about this game? Everybody? I definitely forgot. I'll admit, I probably knew, but like, how long ago did I know this information? um, yeah, I was gonna say to Mike, and thank you, Tim, for putting this into the chat. They already announced no Studio Ghibli, so as far as the Studio Ghibli collab on Star Wars Visions, not this time. I would love to see them do something again, though. I love the Grogu's. I love what they did already, man. Visions is going to be so good. They're working on, they're working with some of the best Japanese animation studios. Timothy says, I was blown away when I saw the announcement. They're truly some of the top studios. Yeah, man. That I know, man. The hype is real with that. I enjoyed the heck out of seasons 1 and 2, and with the studios they're bringing in, and some of the they're some of the more popular studios in terms of like the animation and anime that's coming out in modern day. And dude, oh, that gets me hyped because some of the animation and anime these days, oh, it's beautiful. It's so good. There's rumors of a season 2 for Skeleton Crew set up in the future to account for aging up kids. So kind of like Stranger Things. Yeah? Okay. Okay. If they can, hell yeah. Look at me. I am the marketing now. pretty much. No, that's the sad thing, man. Is it just, I get it. Star Wars and Indiana Jones are pretty big franchises that through word of mouth can definitely get spread. But goodness gracious, for one of my work homies to tell me about the Indiana Jones game is coming out this week and he's super excited for it, and I'm like, I haven't seen a damn trailer. I haven't seen a poster. I haven't heard a damn peep about this video game, and my work coworker is telling me about it. It's just bad. It's just bad marketing. Look at me. We are the marketing now, not them. Goodness. Have you ever saw or heard of Attack on Titan? Excellent show. I haven't seen all of it, but it is incredible. It is a mind trip. If you ever heard or saw of Attack on Titan, the studio that did the first 3 episodes of that, Wit Studios, is doing an episode. Attack on Titan is wild. I would love to see that animation in a Star Wars Vision. That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be really dope. That show is good too. Attack on Titan is freaking wild. Anyway, that gets me hyped though, bro. That gets me real hyped. I wish, Brandon Alvarado says, I wish that they made the 9th Jedi from Vision season 1 as a series. Yeah, dude, even as an animated series, it would be dope. It doesn't even have to be, canon. Like, it'd be dope. I would eat that up. I would eat it up. They should do more stuff like that, man. I mean, granted, sure, make more canon stuff, but there's a lot of cool stories like the 9th Jedi type of vibe that you can do in the Star Wars galaxy, man. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do like that. And I feel like they don't. They leave it to Star Wars Visions and non-canonical stuff, and it's like, make some canon stories that are like that. It's not that hard, but I guess it is. Where was I? 9th Jedi is one of the highlights of Visions for me. Me too, Aaron. Me too. And that's the bottom line, because Sheev DeWise said so. Oh, don't take my word for it, but I'm a fan just like you guys, and I'm kind of a diehard fan. So, and that you could definitely trust my opinions, but they are opinions at the end of the day. But I said so. Top 5 pirates. Oof. I don't even know if I can name 5 off the top of my head. Hondo Onaka, number one, easily. Han is more of a scoundrel, and same with Lando. Lando's got a bit more piratey-ness to him. They both do a little bit. Um, Pirates. Vane would be like number 5 off the top of my head because that dude's a bum. Like, who's a pirate? I'm trying to think of other pirates. I know there's a lot more, but like, Hondo is number 1 through 5. Dope. Easy. Oh, that's dope. So the Ninth Jedi studio is going to be back for Volume 3, so maybe we'll get some kind of continuation, bro. Oh, if they continue the Ninth Jedi, that'd be sick. They should definitely do that. If they don't do it in Volume 3, they should in general at some point. I know there's a whole novel to it. If you guys want more of that story, there is a whole Ninth Jedi novel, actually. So they did end up doing more with it. It's in a book. Yeah, the Vision stuff fits into the Old Republic type stories, in my opinion. Says Smalls. Yeah, no, and that's the thing though, is they could do some of that kind of stuff in Star Wars pretty easily. It's right there, it's sitting right there. But anyway, Attack on Titan as Star Wars Visions. Oh, you already know. That would be. Ninth Jedi was made by Production IG, says Timothy, legendary studios that made the original Ghost in the Shell. No wonder. No freaking wonder. I'm excited to see all the Vision stuff, though. They come up with some great ideas that I definitely feel like, again, take some of that stuff, just put it into some shows. You know, take some of the ideas, just make them canon. Anyway, it really is. It really is. And again, so we don't know of much that is for sure coming in the future of Star Wars at the moment, but the future of Visions is bright. I can see the vision. I'm telling you guys, this new Vision season is going to be amazing. Timothy's telling us, and he's not wrong. I'm with it. I think the first 2 were really good. So having really good production and companies working on it, yeah, I'm here for it. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. I need some water. My throat is dying. And I'm super hyped, but I'm getting tired. We're gonna get on out of here in a moment. If you guys have any last questions or comments to put into the chat, go ahead and put them in. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and a big welcome to you if you are. It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you guys. Hey, Steve, much love, my dude. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back at it. Your boy is trying to get the grind going. We talked a little bit earlier in the stream about how there was a new patch to Star Wars Outlaws. So if you guys want to watch that, go back to the beginning. Real quick to sum it up, though. Apparently, they cut out some of the stealth missions, or like some of the aspects of the stealth that make some of those stealth missions harder. But there was a patch that essentially, excuse me, they essentially made it so you no longer have to return to a checkpoint whenever you get caught, or raise the do not raise alarm thing. Basically, anytime you get caught, you used to have to restart the mission. You messed up. This time, now with the new update, it doesn't do that anymore. You get to kind of keep going. So the stealth missions are a little bit easier now. Your boy might be trying to stream that, so make sure to subscribe. Go check out our Twitch, where I'll probably be streaming on there a little bit. I'll probably do it on both channels, but check out the Twitch. Go check out our other channel, Sheev the Wise, on YouTube as well. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Much love to you guys. I will see you in the next stream, and hopefully you guys enjoyed some visions tonight, or visions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some Skeleton Crew tonight, and the only thing that you got out of this hopefully wasn't just me crapping all over Star Wars. For real though, From your boy Sheev, it has been dope. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to have a great rest of your evening or day, wherever you are in the galaxy. May the force be with you always. Much love, y'all. Peace.